in this video, we're going to learn how to search for data or filter data in a table. So for this, we're going to use where clause. So when you write a select statement to retrieve records from a table, you have a provision to search for specific set of data. And where clause is highly helpful when you query data on large tables, right? Large tables in the sense which contains more than 100 records or maybe like 50 records, where it's easy for your eye to not to catch specific patterns within the data. But using where clause, you can easily find those patterns within the data, and you can search those patterns or filter those patterns, and you can display those data pretty easily to the front end query editor. So that being said, here is the table that we're going to use. So select star from customers. So when I execute this table, this is the data we have, and then followed by where. Where is the clause that we use to in order to search, and that's a search condition. And you can also use where clause as part of update and delete statements. We're going to discuss update and delete statements in future videos, but I'm just sharing with you as a pointer where you can use where clause along with select statements. You can also use it with update and delete statements as well. So coming to the execution order. So when you're executing a select statement, the where clause with the where clause, the MySQL database always evaluates where clause after the from, right? And then followed by select, and then if you have order by, followed by the order by clause, right? That being said, I'll give you a very simple example here. So select star from customers, where condition, and let's say I want to filter all the data who are male, right? So we know that number one is all males, number two is females, number three is other. And if you're not aware of what is this gender IDs are, please do watch the videos in the playlist, the previous videos in the playlist, to get an idea of what is gender ID means. So I'm going to just specify one here, and I'm going to execute this. And you can see here the data is automatically filtered for gender ID equal to 1, which is male. Why I did this, right? Let's say in the organizations, if you're selling a male centric product, so and if you want to quickly get all the customers who are gender male, so this is how you filter the data. I'm just giving you a use case example, so for you to remember, right? And you can also add a lot of operators here. When I say operators, in the sense and or some of the operator examples. So for example, let's say if you want to add another where clause in here, you can say and, right? And you can say first name equal to John, let's say, right? For the sake of example, right? And then you select this, and you get only one record here, right? So you're selecting all the male customers, and the first name is John, right? But typically, in a big retail chain or a big organization, where you have like millions of customers, you have like pretty much hundreds and thousands of Johns in there. So this is an example. So you're getting only one record here. So and is an operator. That's the main thing you need to remember. And you can also have two different search criteria under one where clause, and you can use the and as an operator, which means gender ID equal to 1 and first name equal to John must be must be met for these records to show up, right? To search these records. And now I'm going to change the and to or. So or is another operator. So or condition is so either John or first name can be John or gender ID equal to 1. So basically it displays all the gender IDs that are 1, and also the first name is John here, right? Or you can say like all the genders 1, and then first name is, let's say, Janet, right? Let's say you want to give one exception to your customers, and you want to pick one female in there. So right here, once you specify this and the or condition, it automatically brings in Janet record into this query output, right? That's the or operator. So and or, and then there is another operator called between, right? So let's say you have a where clause and you want to query the data between two different low and high records, right? For example, let's say in this case, I want to pull in all the customer IDs, right? Whose IDs are between, let's say 5 and 8, for example, right? And it's so easy. So all the customers whose customer IDs are between 5 and 8 are displayed in the quote as an output, right? Because as specified here. Typically in organizations, you find this where people query the age groups between so and so age groups, and they pull those records for marketing segmentation, right? Or let's say when you are querying your sales data, you can also put some sales numbers and then put between those dollar values here will give you all the sales that happened between the numbers, right? Between the low and high numbers, right? You can say like all the sales that are in between $50 to $100, right? So you get all the sales, and the corresponding customers can be brought in as well. And basing upon that, you can send them some coupons or anything that you want to attract them back into your store, right? I'm just giving you use cases along with the where clause examples as well. There's another operator called